All right, welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today we're going to talk about Dead City since Last of Us ended. So we got less to talk about, which might be a good thing. I don't know. Dead City sucked. I'm just going to get right to the point. I'm going to start a poll. Dead City was trash. I was going to be nice at first. I'm like, yeah, you know what? People are going to love it. I'm not vibing with it, but I'm not going to be too mad. And then I get to the end, and two things made me like unreasonably angry. Like two things that are probably good things made me angry. One was the old lady, because halfway through the episode, I'm thinking, like, yo, you know what would be badass? If Negan was just like, getting scolded. And he just thought, you know what, bitch? Like, nobody protects you. Like, I'm protecting you. You're going to scold me? I'm your muscle. And then he just went and beat her face in, because it's like an old lady. So you don't expect that type of violence. And if that happens, you're taken back, even though she's a wicked old bitch. And then I was like, okay, well, Negan's doing this whole, because after the rat incident, Negan's doing this whole, like, he's getting people to move like puppets, getting him to do what he wants. So then I was thinking, like, okay, how about the Croat is like, wait a minute, you're going to treat me less than you treat your rat? I love the line, though, where he's like, even the pet gets a treat once in a while. The pet rat gets a treat once in a while. And then I was waiting for it. I'm like, oh, the Croat's going to just pop her right in the mouth, right in the dick sucker. And no, it was just some lame. She like falls over. She's all, here's the big bad enemy. Oh, what landed on her? A wheelchair? Something landed on her, and she's like, help me, help me. I'm like, this weak old bitch this is what you got? The creative minds came with this weak hag? What do you, really? Really? She worked really good in Ozark, and there's a reason, though, is because she had like a shotgun. She'll just shoot you in the face. Her husband too was like, but in this, she did not work good. She's a good actor, but the role sucked. The idea sucked. Where did the fire come from? Who fucking knows, bro? Where does anything come from in this show? All right, I got distracted. Let me start the poll. How bad did Dead City suck? That's the poll. How bad did Dead City suck? Dick. And the options are going to be Deep Throat, best I ever had, and First Timer. So the best I ever had is like, good. First Timer's like, eh. Well, no, hold on. That's terrible. Let me erase all that. That's terrible. That's not true at all. Hold on. Let me get rid of this stupid shit. How bad did Dead City suck? Let me go there. Yeah, because who the fuck is going to say Deep Throat is bad? Hold on. How bad did Dead City suck? Bad. You crazy, Ronnie. It bringeth life. It brings life. All right, so it's bad or it's good. Let's get rid of that one. All right, start the poll. That's my poll, like it or not. I don't give a fuck. So the second thing too, like, so the old lady, I'm thinking they're gonna do something epic with it, like, because this is The Walking Dead, man. It's about to get brutal. Like, he's just gonna beat her face in, and but then I'm getting sick of people. I don't know, man. There's something about Dead City, Fear the Walking Dead later years, where they do this shit where they think it's interesting to have characters betray you. Like Ginny, is that her name? Ginny, that little shit turd. She's all like on the enemy side, the other enemy, the new Babylon. And first off, this bitch is weakened. The leader of New Babylon, she's weakened throughout all of this. They have a chance to shut her down. You know it's coming. She's gonna be a problem. Nobody shuts her down ahead of time. They wait until she ambushes them when they return. All right, fine. It's frustrating. It's not enjoyable as a viewer because our characters are being dumb. Anyhow, so they ambush them and they take them captive, and she's being a big bad, fascist. And then she's like, oh yeah, Maggie sneaks back in like a dumbass. And then Ginny, like a bigger dumbass, is all like, hey, protecting the New Babylon. Just holy fuck. And then 10 minutes later, Ginny's like, oh, I made a mistake. And she's trying to help Maggie. This writing is terrible. It's like Fear the Walking Dead. Did they take the writers from Fear the Walking Dead and bring them to this show? And they were like, listen, they're cheaper than, competent writers. What is going on here? That type of character work is terrible. You could write a good character that betrays our heroes. You can write that well. This is not written well. And then you got the big bad from the new Babylon. She grabs, I was going to say Carl. She grabs Herschel, and this little bitch can't fight her off, and she's dragging him along. And then her death scene is what we've seen repeatedly in Fear the Walking Dead. That is terrible. It's when the zombie gets close and the actor just holds still so they don't like bump heads with the actor. But when you're watching the character die, it's almost as if she just stops and she's like, oh no, like I can't move. And then the zombie just chomps on her. It is one of the, and it's conveniently, ironically, the zombie she just hanged, the girl she just hanged. I don't know how she got off the noose. They probably show her getting taken off, or she fell down. I was zoning out at that point, but her death scene will go down in TV history as one of the worst for the Walking Dead franchise. And it's gonna be down there with the other 20 that just stand still and allow themselves to get eaten. And it continues to get terrible because there's zombies everywhere, and they're eating people, and they're looking for people to eat. And I don't know who the fuck on this show is not a zombie fan or doesn't even think with a functioning brain, but Maggie and Herschel are surrounded, and they just turn around and walk through the horde of zombies as if the horde of zombies are too preoccupied. And it looks terrible. Like there's a way to go to film it where, she turns around almost terrified and she sees zombies, and we show like they're devouring it. And then like they take a few steps, they're cautious, nervous, they're looking side to side, and you see another zombie and he's chowing down, and maybe he's starting to turn away, and she's like, okay, book it, we got a few seconds because they're eating or something. But the way it's filmed so lazily, where they just run through a horde of zombies, we're talking inches away from them, not like feet away, yards away. They are shoulder to shoulder with a horde of zombies, and they just cut right through the middle of them because all of them are preoccupied. When we've seen that's not how zombies are. It's stupid. It sucks. It's terrible. Dead City, I don't know what you're doing. Cancel the show. It's bad. Let me get into the fan feedback here, because when is this shit ending? Someone take it around back and put a slug in the fucking back of its head. Now would be a good time to insert ads. No, YouTube. No one wants to fucking watch ads on my stream, bro. Chill out. Where did the fire come from? I don't know, because the story script was so bad. True. Let me move this over, though. There we go. And let me move that over. The Dama went out looking sorry. Also, what's the point of the whole Herschel plot now? Bro, what's the point of any of it? Am I right? I agree. What is the point? They should have let me write the show. They should have let anybody. They should just grab someone off the street. It would have been better. Sucked worse than Bonnie Blue. The Negan stuff saved the episode for me. I hope the rumors aren't true. Well, I think he's out. He's like checking out. So if it's this season or next season, I think he's pretty much done. Maggie literally took her in and she points a gun at her own son. Get Ginny up out of here. And that's another thing too. Like if I'm Maggie, right? Like maybe I'm just fucked up, but if I'm Maggie, you're dying the next chance I get. I'm a fucking kill you. If you know what I'm saying, like you can't trust them. Like you're dead. You know what I'm saying? Like I, I don't know. Hmm. I don't know. It's terrible. But like I don't. It's dumb. And that would make The Walking Dead get balls again. If Maggie was like, listen, she is uh she is a problem, and Negan has this connection, and maybe Negan sees it as like, oh, that's fucked up. Like I killed Glenn, so you killed Ginny, and now Negan has this like bone to pick with Maggie. That could have been a very interesting direction to go with if they just give Maggie some balls and Maggie's like, listen, she pointed a gun at my son. I can never trust her again. And she just shoots her right in the face. And maybe Negan sees it too. And now it's like, it's on, you know? I mean, at least it'll refreshen the I don't know, whatever they got going on. We need a very, 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 very bad option. Just pretend there's a very bad option with the bad option. We got to keep it simple, though. So, Ginny, selfish. Is Scott Gimple involved? No, I don't think so. Croat burned the witchcraft. Wait, they should have just kept the main show going. 3 spinoffs just ain't doing it. Bad television. Yeah. At least Jada's Junkyard people would have gone down fighting. It reminded me of the death scene in Fear the Walking Dead with the soldier that said nothing. Yeah, I remember there was a couple in Fear that were just like death. She didn't even scream really. I'm to the point. I'm to the point. Lucille, the whole cast besides Bruegel and Negan start over. 3 more episodes. There's 3 more. Oh my god, I can't do that, man. I stopped watching episode 3. Interesting, episode 7 and 8 didn't get reviewed in IGN articles. Why? Why are they putting out the reviews early? We're only on episode 5. Oh, you know what? There might be a reason for that. I actually have a couple friends that are professional journalists, and they, we're talking at a level where they get interviews with the cast, they get episodes early, and I'm pretty sure 100% of them don't get the finale. Not all the time. If I remember right, there was a time where a friend of mine got all of them, but if I'm remembering accurately, it is more common for them to get all the episodes except the finale or the penultimate episode, depending on what's going on in the story. And that's just to be extra cautious with what they put out there. But I've even seen screeners and gotten screeners too that just had like up into a certain point. But I don't know. I'm only guessing totally why they wouldn't review the last 2. And that would be the last 2 if it's 6, 7, and 8. Just 1 to 6. That, well, maybe not. Yeah, maybe 7 and 8. That would make sense. But I think if I remember right, just by talking with them, is because I don't I don't pick at them because that's their job, so I leave them be. So I might just have loose conversations about it, and I despise spoilers. But if I'm remembering right, just by our loose conversations, it's I think it's usually just the final episode that's not in there, and they might get it like the week before it airs. I remember that being more common. Everything about the whole show is totally ridiculous. Who's going to New York or whatever? The hell with it. I love how the zombies, which always eat people standing still and make no sound. Yeah. It's shame because I live in New York City and the show is so trash to me. Well, that's another thing that sucks too. I'm watching and nothing screams New York City anymore. You get Maggie and them and they got this base that's in Central Park it's supposed to be, and it's just woods, you know, it's just greenery. AMC is a terrible, cheap ass company to be the owners because they suck. When it comes to giving fans anything worth a damn, they are gimmick filled. Like they fucking suck. Whoever's running the show. Like the reason you guys aren't making twice as much money right now, you should be making 5 times as much money. The Dead City should be giving Last of Us, which was leading in metrics online, and as shitty as that was doing, Last of Us lost 50% of its viewers, and it's still kicking Dead City's ass. I don't know about ratings, most likely with ratings, because I think they're in the millions. Dead City's got like 100,000 people, you know? they got they got the same amount of people watching as subscribe to my channel, which is fucking absurd. Just end it, you know, save your money or use it as a tax write-off. But AMC has been legendary this whole time with mishandling The Walking Dead. The reason it was so good for the first 5 or 6 seasons was because they had people really fighting back with AMC to make it as good as possible. But, you know, AMC just won over the longevity of beating people down with what you can really do. Remember, AMC is the company that said, can we just, if it's expensive to show zombies, can we just hear them off screen? And think about that as a fan. You're a fan of zombies. You want zombies. Now, you could do some interesting stuff. Like one particular episode, you could do a lot of like silhouettes and make it have this very nostalgic love of the silent film 1930s, you know, 1940s or 1930s ish era. You can do that like a love letter to those times, but you can't do it every episode. Fans are going to be like, yo, where's the zombies? You know, AMC's just, they just need to sell it, or I don't know, man. It's all bad. We're in 2025, bro. We should have the best entertainment, the best video games, and it's trash, you know? Like we should have 4 or 5 Last of Us spin-offs by now. High quality video games. I'm talking about video games. You know, one that doesn't even have anything to do with the characters from the other game. We should have one prequel of Tommy and Joel before they met Ellie, right after they lost Sarah. We should have one that uh, I was gonna say that continues Ellie's story, but it's shot now. Which, bro, I'm telling you what, I was thinking about that just as like practice, kind of creative practice. And I was like, man, you can do anything telling a story. I mean, look at what Hollywood does now. Like, oh, Michael Myers is near death. Let's just have him survive. We don't care. We just want to see Michael Myers fuck shit up, you know? We care to a point now, but if you can, like, oh, all right, you know, he got wounded, but it wasn't as bad as we thought, we can suspend some disbelief. But I'm thinking there's only one way to fix The Last of Us Part 3 video game. There's only one way. It comes back for Part 3, and Fireflies are having a secret meeting about a immune person that they caught or they found. And the person that found them was maybe Abby. I don't know, something like that. And the Fireflies are talking about, like, do you know who this Abby character is? Have you heard the legend behind like this character? And they start talking about Last of Us Part 2, parts of it. And then someone interrupts them and they're like, bro, you guys don't know the half of the story. Like 80% of what you're talking about did not happen, didn't happen that way. Like they start saying certain things that's like, I don't know, what's something, I don't know, but they start saying, and then throughout that little bit, it's revealed that what really happened was, and then you create a whole new story, and you can rework part 2 as a myth that was told about these characters and scrap the whole fucking thing. Trust me, it is possible. The ones that love part 2 are gonna be like mad, but you can say like you still got that part 2 if you want. But I think in my mind's eye, that's the only way to fix the franchise now, you know. But I don't know. First, they got to explain why it takes forever for them to get this shit going. Just build a bigger crew. Maybe they don't have as many people that are high quality, high functioning that can make games. I don't know. It doesn't even matter. Um, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is carrying Dead City. The Bear is just another gimmick. Yeah, again. So disappointed they killed Jake Weary's character so soon. He was awesome in the show Animal Kingdom. Jake Weary. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is Jake Weary, bro? Let me look this up. Is he the guy with the spine on his back? Is it Jake Weary or Jack Weary? Jack Weary. Oh, was he one of the... Oh, he was one of the bad guys that they... And that's another thing. Yeah, when they killed that guy, they bring these canisters into the hideout of the bad guy, and no one says anything, and they allow it. Maybe I'm retarded. Why would you ever let your enemy bring any sort of, chemical or gas container, canister? Why would you ever let them bring that into your stronghold for any reason whatsoever? Just like bring it on in. You didn't have it separated, tested. You didn't back anything up. You outnumbered these fuckers and you let them roll right in and just somehow secretly, because when gas is let out, there's such a high pressure that you're going to hear it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they had it something, some sort of lossless, I don't know, thing on there, and they, and it was like letting out so little. But then would it fill the room enough to knock them out in that time? Something about that. Like they didn't hear it. I don't know. Talking about Christos. Wait till we found out the Dharma is still alive. She better not be. I just zoned out. I'm like, yeah, she's dead. Do you think 28 years later will reinvigorate your entertainment for some zombies? It's been a lot of bad lately. I'm really hoping, man. We need something good for zombies. I mean, we really do. For zombie fans, we get the short end of the stick a lot. People claim there's like, oh, zombies are everywhere. But the point, though, is only like 3% is good zombie content. The rest is trash, So, no, zombies aren't in everything. I mean, when you talk about a good zombie video game, you only have like 4 or 5 that are like outstanding. The rest are acceptable, maybe another 4. And a lot of them are old too. I don't know. Just see what this poll's doing. But yes, I am going to see 28 years later, day one. I think I'm going to ask my daughter if she wants to watch the first 2 movies back to back and then go see it. If she doesn't, I got a friend of mine. I'm going to ask her if she wants to go. She might she might get a kick out of that. Now, there's another movie I was going to go with a friend of mine, but my daughter said she's interested. Now I got to look it up because somebody had mentioned like, oh, I hear that's gory. That's a gory movie. I don't know anything about it. I just know I took my daughter to see Talk to Me, and it's supposed to be the same people that made Talk to Me, I believe. And it's called Give Her Back, Take Her Back, something like that. I know nothing about this movie. So, but I hear really good things, and I'm down to check it out. And we're going next weekend. We were going to go this weekend, but we had a lot going on. So, everyone who died in this episode is sorry. Yeah. I'm with you on the Predator Badlands design. How can you make Predator look like a dweeb? Exactly. What? I mean, come on. What are we doing? That Predator design was terrible. Let's see if Dead City got any reviews. Is it here? Top stories. The Walking Dead Dead City 2. The Bird Always Knows. Is that the name of it? The Bird Always Knows? A shockingly brutal main character death. Get the fuck out of here. She fell over. What are you talking about? That's shockingly brutal. She fell over. Goes on a bloody killing spree halfway through season 2. Oh my god. These headlines suck. They're so boring. Shock and awe and shocks. What can I see? I am Negan. Yeah, these headlines are terrible. Who the fuck are writing this shit? Let's see what Collider says. Season 2, Dead City has been a bit of a slog to get through this time around. After a fun first season, the second outing has Maggie going back to New York City in a forced plot, while Negan, perhaps the most popular character in the Walking Dead universe, is reduced to being a mopey guy who says and does very little. Still, there have been a few elements to keep Dead City worth watching. One has been Herschel. Get the fuck out of here. As Maggie's son has fallen under the influence of the Dama. She must have sucked his dick something fierce, bro. she gave him that granny love. That's sick, bro. That's sick. AMC, you sick. Charismatic man who is starting to wake up the old Negan. With Bruegel advancing on the Dama's turf and creating tension with the Croat, what will happen in episode 5? Wait a minute. What do you mean episode 5? This is a review for episode 5, you dumb bitch. What will happen in the next? And then it says what happens. Maybe I read that weird. What do you think was the worst moment in this episode? Well, I think there was 2 terrible moments, but I'm going to have to say the New Babylon leader lazily getting killed, and then Maggie just walking by a horde of zombies. Like, that's terrible. That whole shit was awful. Lame, dumb, cheap, stupid, weak. Anyway. Why is my nose so itchy? I promise it ain't cocaine, mate. Both lie to one another. Herschel says, blah, blah, blah. Back at Denham's hideout, Negan sees the boss taking a run. Meanwhile, blah, blah, blah. This just reeked. This isn't a fucking review. This drove me nuts about reviews in the past too. Is people won't, like, I get it. When you become, like, when it's your job, you get better and better. That's the only way you move up. But any idiot like me, I could just turn on a camera and we can review a TV show. But what ends up happening is most idiots don't know the difference between a recap and a review. A review is where you're reviewing the fucking show. A recap, you're just recapping the damn show. Like, same thing with a lot of these articles. They just recap the whole thing so they can get their word limit, so they can make a buck. And then they throw in a review line here or there that's barely there, you know? They're just telling you what happened. The episode ends with 2 big moments, blah, 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 blah. Negan is quickly getting rid of his head. Yeah, there's no even review at the very end. Collider, you suck. What's this? Netflix to Dumb 2025. Is this any good? What did I miss? 7 Bigs reveals to Dumb event. Stranger Things is a 3-part release. Oh yeah, that caught me off guard. So they're gonna do something around like Thanksgiving, and then they're gonna drop a couple episodes around Christmas, and then they're dropping the finale around New Year's Eve. I'm like, what was the thinking here? You know. Anyway, the official, if it gives them more time a little bit to work on some finishing touches, that's whatever. You got to do what you got to do. It's taken quite a long time already, but whatever. Oh, shit. Drop that. Oh, they do have a trailer for Squid Games. I want to check that out. Season 3. The introduction of Tony Chopper on One Piece. I don't care. The official teaser was unveiled for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. I do want to see that. The teaser sucked. It didn't show enough Frankenstein, and I say that only because I want to know if Frankenstein looks dumb from the gate. Because if he looks terrible, I'm not rushing to watch it. But if he looks pretty good, I'm there. And it looks decent so far. Like it really does look solid. Speaking of horror, the first 6 minutes of Wednesday season 2, I don't give a fuck. Wake Up, Dead Man, A Knives Out mystery, I don't care. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon give a first look at their crime thriller, The Rip, I don't care. So I guess there's not a lot I care about. Someone said Happy Gilmore. I seen that. I'm gonna watch that one. All right, so I didn't miss much. So far, the poll, if you haven't voted, go vote. So far, the poll says 70% think it was a bad episode. It's a little low. I expected 80% to say it was a bad episode. If anyone loved the episode, I would love to hear why. I'm genuinely curious. I won't even comment on your comment. I would just read what you loved, and I'll keep it pushing. You know, I just need some like what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Who cut the power for real? Well, let's think about this. It's either Negan, right? Or, but then again, why would he do that? Believing it'll backfire on, oh, you know what? He didn't know about the kids, the family that was there. So yeah, it's probably Negan. Or it was the other guy, because the other guy is already the guy who showed up at Maggie and whatever that bounty hunter guy is. Such a lame character, but New Babylon plot, at least they're gonna gone now. Yeah. What was my least favorite season of The Walking Dead? Probably 11, if I'm being real. Yeah, I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan is pretty much over AMC, and they probably don't pay him anywhere near what he deserves. So it's probably like it's a good paycheck for now, but you know, not anymore. It was the group that did it. He just didn't expect Croat to find out. Well, wait, who? What do you mean who? He didn't. It was the group that did it. He didn't expect Croat to find out, so he left his knife on accident. Then you're saying? Because I was under the impression. Well, that would be really lame if they did this mystery and it was really the group. That would be super fucking lame. But if that's the case, all right. I mean, I'm not surprised by the writing. Happy Gilmore 2 dropped yesterday. They just recycled old jokes. See, that's one thing I am frustrated, though, with Happy Gilmore 2. A lot of sequels do this where they're like, oh, well, let's just redo what we did with part 1. It's probably one of the biggest criticisms when it comes to sequels. Like, we want you to take the essence of the first one and revitalize it. Do new things. Don't repeat like, oh, instead of Carl Weathers, which you fucking rock. That was Carl Weathers, right? Yeah, instead of Carl Weathers. That was Carl Weathers, right? Holy fuck, I'm losing my mind. Yeah, instead of him, because he died, Chubbs died in the first one, having the fake hand and fingers breaking. Now you got some random, what is it, his son or grandson? Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Do something new, you know? If you're gonna redo that gag, do it where he has a fake leg instead. Like, even that, at the very least, do something new. And then you got Shooter, and all they're doing is like, okay, fans liked the line, "You eat pieces of shit for breakfast," so let's just redo that. it is frustrating. I'm hoping it's not drowning in redoing what they did in the first one, because how fucking hard is it to not redo shit from the first one? Like, Hollywood is a multi-billion dollar industry. These people are in charge of hundreds of millions of dollars at one time, and they're so fucking dumb they can't just let off of recopying the jokes from the first movies. Like, it's so brain dead. It's baffling. I don't know. It's just Happy Gilmore, whatever. The idea of grabbing an old savior wasn't a bad idea for writing. I like how they did. I'm just wondering what's going to be next for Croat. I honestly thought Dama was about to kill him in the last scene. Well, I think he's a scarier character than Dama, so I am glad it was the Dama and not him that died. Hoping we actually get a full trailer for Stranger Things. They barely showed anything new. I agree with that. You ever play Project Zomboid? I have not. I seen it. It's hard for me to get into that style of game. However, when it's on a deep sale, I do plan on trying it. There's that, and there's The Last Stand that is similar, that style of gameplay. Um, Bounty Hunter guy is terrible character. Yeah. Hopefully Stranger Things sticks the landing that doesn't have a terrible series finale. Yo, all they really need to do is give us some really hyped shit and do like a soft landing, because this is ending the finale. If they give us a soft landing that doesn't suck ass, we're going to be so relieved. We have a whole show that we love. Some seasons are weak, sure, but you have a whole show that's not like, because most shows end terrible. That's another thing. Dexter Resurrection is coming back. I love Dexter. It's getting a little bit old having them keep coming back, but the trailer felt nothing like Dexter, so I'm a little worried they lost their edge, but we'll see. It was Christos or Bruegel. If it was Christos, that sucks, because that's done. And Bruegel is the it's Kim Coates character, right? I'm betting it's Bruegel, because he framed his competition, and he also, gave a little jab at his other competition. Bounty Hunter guy is terrible. I already read that. Damn, that's unfortunate. Does this season take place after the events of The Ones Who Live? We don't know. During, after, we don't know. Thoughts on Superman? I agree with Pro Max if you are saying it should. I mean, it probably should, but we don't know. They're not giving us anything for us to lock it down. Thoughts on Superman? Here, what's funny? Here's where my thoughts on Superman originate. The toys. And I'll explain why. They look dumb as fuck. Like, they're coming out with these toys that are supposed to be like accurate looking to the movie. And there's one character that looks so bad. It's a joke. Hold on. I'll show you. And what would I do? Superman. Yeah. So let me, McFarlane Toys Superman Wave. Oh man. Hold on. What would that be though? Yeah, what would that be? Because is it Reeves? Is it Matt Reeves? Is that? No. Am I crazy? Who's making this fucking thing? Well, my brain just shut down. Movie. Superman movie. We'll do 2025. Maybe that'll help. Here's some pictures. Let me get... Okay, here we go. You guys can see me. All right, so here's the toys. Now, the trailer I thought was okay. I'm not a big fan of the dog, but, people like these kind of laugh, haha, whatever. And they got toys that are more accurate than usual. So it gives us an idea on the characters. And the characters look lame as fuck, bro. Like look at these for example. Is this Toy Arc? They might actually be a good website to go to. Totally. Oh yeah, they got all of them. Look at this shit. What is this? We're going to go to the higher quality toys just to see what the characters look like so I can explain it. Forget that it's a toy. Who cares? It's the suit and the look and the blah blah blah. So here's the Superman. I don't mind the look. The actor hasn't sold me yet, but I don't mind that look. The toy, whatever. Not a fan, but whatever. Um, his eyes look terrible. I don't know how they get this wrong. Bro, as a fan, I've always wanted them to do that burning, the burning laser eyes in a way where cuz Superman regenerates his healing, and I've always wanted it more like gritty as fuck where when he uses it because you have to put limitations on things or else it's just too super. And so when he uses his laser eyes, he's actually like his eyes and his face and skin is literally burning away. So as he's using it, you could kind of see like the skin like burning away from his face. I love that. I hope we see that one day in a movie with Superman or Superman like character. And then it's got to heal back up so then he can see again. And even when he shoots it, he's temporarily blind for a few seconds until it heals back up. If you could see what I'm seeing in my mind, it looks horrific, like a horror movie. But I think that would add so much because then it's this very effective weapon, but he's limited in using it because he can do it, but after a few seconds, he can't see no more or something, Anyway, so Superman looks fine. But then you get into the other characters. Is this all Superman? What the fuck? Did I lie? What do we? Oh, okay, here we go. They just revealed this recently. Metamorpho Man? What in the ever-loving, terrible-looking shit is this? This is a character. This is either a terrible representation of the character or this is a terrible look creatively for a character. It's garbage. So I'm a little worried about how that'll look on screen. I mean, it just looks like junk. But, it could be cool. I doubt it. I mean, look at this fucking guy. He's got gemstones stuck in his chest. I don't know. The card doesn't look as bad but it still doesn't look good though. It's like Two-Face, but with rock candy. And then you got this, the kaiju. It just looks cutesy. It's a cutesy monster. I'm not a fan. I don't care about no cutesy monster. I'll give it a shot though. It could be a part that surprises me that I like. Not a fan of the look though. It's kind of just bland. More Superman. I know there's another villain in here. Mr. Terrific, is that the black guy? Looks dumb as hell. And this is what I mean. Like a lot of the villain characters. Yeah, Mr. Terrific. Looks dumb. I don't like the suit. I mean, they could pull it off, but he looks like, and maybe I don't know anything about the character, but he looks like he was in NASCAR or fixing driving a NASCAR. Maybe he is a driver. I don't know. It says fair play on him. But I don't like the face paint. This even looks bad too. Like that's the best you got. And especially this guy with a stupid haircut. Like that's the best style you got. I don't get it. He's some Green Lantern, I guess. These aren't actually the figures I was looking for that gave us an idea of what the characters look like. But you get what I'm saying. The characters, like, look at this cast of characters. To me, this screams lame looking. And I am a bit worried on that. Even if I like the movie, I'm just worried visually they're lame. Super lame. Anyhow, no, Ginny got impaled by something, but her time is coming soon. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, Ginny got stabbed by a branch. I think they've done that before too. In the last season of Walking Dead, it sounds familiar or looks familiar. James Gunn. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking about something else. Dead City said to take place at the farthest end of the Walking Dead timeline, so it makes sense. I guess I guess it doesn't matter since they never cross. So I guess it really doesn't matter because they don't even tease what else could be there. I guess Paramount Plus needs the extra content for their streaming service. A Trinity Killer prequel series is in the works also. Get the fuck out of here. Really? See, I can't see that character working without Dexter. Like, it was a good character, but I just can't see that working. I'm mainly only watching DC season 2 because of Negan, since everyone else sucks. But his scenes as well haven't been all that great either. But meh, hopefully we get to see him kill people at least. Yeah, Negan's real boring lately. Yeah, everyone's saying, what the fuck is that? Metro Morpho is fairly comic accurate. Well, here's another issue I have with being comic accurate. Like, it's nice, but we need to not forget, just because it's in the comic doesn't make it good. We want the best of the comic material brought to the screen. We don't want just any comic material brought to the screen, because there's a lot of comic shit that is garbage, especially over the last like 15 years. There's so much that's trash. And because I know some people were like, "Oh, Ironheart was in the comic, so it's good." Da da da. And as I remember it, it was trash when it came out. Some people could like it, that's fine, but it was trash then. It's trash now. So, needless to say, just because they were in the comic, don't make it good. Same thing with Metamorpho. I don't know anything about the damn guy. I'll look him up as a character, but just because he's in the comic, don't mean he looks good. Period. You know what I'm saying? There is a picture of him though. Yeah, see, even the picture, I'm like, I don't give a shit about this. Let me show you. I'm hoping that's like a legit picture, or else that's pointless that I'm sharing it. But oh, I know that actor. He was in something that was funny. Was it Barry? Something like that. But yeah, Metamorpho looks lame here. And what's with his outfit? It's like an outfit but not an outfit. That's such a weird fucking design. Look at this. So here's Metamorpho. It's like a suit, and that's why it awkwardly has like this weird head, but it's a suit. That's what it looks like. However, in some of the images, like, look, that's a suit. Lame looking, sure. It's a suit. It's a suit. It's not a suit. It's like part of his body. I don't know what they're going for, but I guess it not being a suit looks cooler at least than a suit. That looks pretty lame. But all these are suits, it looks like. That's something different. That's weird looking. Metamorpho. Yeah, there's nothing about this that screams interesting to me. Obviously, it doesn't matter. Because if everyone else loves it, then who gives a shit what I have to say? Ginny is a weird character. Yeah. Where the fuck is Lex? Who is Lex? I'll do you one better. Are you excited for 28 Years Later? Might be the best zombie movie in a long time. I am excited, yeah. Thanks, Grizzly, for hoping she was bit. Would you say a Walking Dead reboot would be tough, perhaps benefited from a very particular moment in pop culture that can't be replicated? Well, a Walking Dead reboot is kind of tricky. I think it would be a mistake. It could be done, but I think it would be a mistake to jump directly into a reboot series, especially now. I truly feel they need to finish this universe that they got. And if they want to keep The Walking Dead going while they buy some time, they should come out with something new. New characters, no comic relations, but it has to be solid. And take it back to the original and focus on, what fans love about zombie content. Another thing they could do that I could see working alongside or even after the main show is if they come out with a hyper realistic animated series that's not like all janky. I know some people like that type of animation, but I'm not a fan of it. But you could do something special and crazy by making a highly animated series, bringing the comic characters to life, but stay as original to the comic as possible. I think fans would eat that shit up because now you can see the comic pages come to life. And if you know if you read comics, you know what I mean by it's a single page, and sometimes they have what looks like action happening, but it's very simplistic movements. Like you get a page that'll show like an event happen, but you're only getting like 3 pictures to create that event or 1 picture to create that event. But you can have this motion animated series that shows you the comic coming to life as like a whole movie. And you can not add, but you can add to it, but you're not adding new and changed and you know what I'm saying? But you're adding to it in a way where you're filling out those spaces between because some of the story will, because a comic is only 20 some pages or whatever, some of the story zips by in a way. And a comic could bring that to life and you can see new things that just wasn't shown to you, you know? I think that could be probably one of the most financially beneficial things they could do with The Walking Dead in the meantime before they reboot it, because it desperately needs a reboot or something new unrelated to the comic. Title: The Walking Dead. Don't change it. Add something little to it, maybe. New characters, but go back to making it a, I don't want to say like a passion project because it was a passion project for Frank Darabont, but it has to have a love and respect to the zombie fan base, in a way that The Walking Dead has totally forgotten about for years. Max says, no reboot, just a live action adaptation of the Walking Dead Telltale games, please. Well, that'll never happen, so forget about it. I don't mean to be mean, but we've gone over this 100 times. AMC does not have the rights to Telltale games. They don't have the rights to the characters. They don't have a rights to the world. What you're referring to is unrelated to AMC, and you would want, whatchamacallit, Skybound and whoever. I think they made a deal with someone else. It might be Telltale still, but maybe Skydance. There's something else. I thought there was something else. But the point, though, is AMC doesn't have any legal right whatsoever or ownership or copyright, anything, to do Telltale game. So that's out of the question from the rip, no matter how much fans want it. And I think that would be awesome to get a live action game story, but AMC would have to do something new. Any last remaining questions, though? Get them in. We're about to wrap it up. I do want to show you the poll, though, is ended. And it did end. Oh, it just hit 70%. And then it dropped down. No, it stayed at, no, it dropped down to 69. Oh, all right. 69% said Dead City episode was bad. 30% said it was good. So that's pretty low. The Black Phone 2 trailer dropped earlier. It looks good. I'm curious how that's going to play out. I did enjoy, as you know, Black Phone felt like a Stephen King movie from the 90s, you know, and I enjoyed that feeling from it. I would have preferred less kind of supernatural shit, to be honest, when I was actually watching it, because I didn't know that was in there when I originally went. However, I did enjoy it, but so I'm excited for the second one, but I have no idea where they're gonna go with it. I couldn't believe that's how The Last of Us Part 2 ended. The ending was so abrupt and lame. There is no way they built hype for season 3. Yeah, I don't think that they stuck the landing with a lot of fans. There's spit on my arm. I don't think they landed that. I've seen a lot of people disappointed. Yeah, the cliffhanger didn't work for a couple reasons. One, we know they're not killing Ellie. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you didn't, they're just not gonna kill Ellie. They'll never kill Ellie in that moment. They're not doing it. They'll never do it. Mark my words. It'll never happen in a million years. You know? I mean, would it be crazy to do? I would be like, damn, what are they doing from here on out? But it doesn't matter. They're never gonna kill Ellie. Here's where Hollywood fucks up, and they do these stupid cliffhangers where you would never kill the character you're threatening. So first off, it's dumb. It's not a cliffhanger. We're not worried. Only the handful of there's only a handful of people that are going to be like, "Oh my god, maybe." No. Fucking no. The second thing is her corny ass. No, 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 no. Corny for two reasons. One, the character just killed her friends, just went and hunted them down to kill them. She says, I'm going to hunt down every last one of them, or I'm going to kill every last one of them. And now that her consequences have come to kick her in the ass, she's all crying like, oh, no, 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 no. Like, it's pathetic looking for a protagonist. And especially the Betty badass protagonist. It is terrible. It's a terrible way to Abby should have threatened to shoot Tommy if you want her to say no, no, no. Now, if you want this stupid ending to continue, she should have been like fine, like this is it. I'm gonna die. She should have been accepting of her fate. You know, some people claim she's an amazing actor. Well, use your talents and make it feel like you're about to accept your fate. You hear the gunshot. And when we return next year, she's going to accept her fate. But Tommy tackles Abby. And then Lev shoots Tommy and they get into that. Blah, blah, blah. The way they did it was just cringe as fuck, bro. Anyhow, need Telltale adaptation. Guarantee Maggie versus Infected Bear in next episode will just be as lame or worse as when she went up against the Walker King in season 1. Yeah, definitely. What The Walking Dead needs is a reunion. These separate stories just aren't working. Do you know why they haven't done a reunion yet? Well, I mean, there's a couple reasons. One, the actors to pay, the budget. The contracts get very technical and very we're talking very specific. I mean, very fucking specific. So there's a lot that you know, there's a lot that's involved in that. And that's why they keep it so like, because there's things you don't even think about. I mean, unless you look into it, like someone might get royalties because of something that's a creditorship, or you know what I'm saying? So you might think like, oh, just have these characters, blah, blah, blah. But there's like 10 other caveats, like contract wise, that interferes with that. Like there's a lot of really stupid red tape, and some of it makes sense, some of it blah blah blah, and that just adds on to, do the actors want to, or are they working on anything else? Like the actors don't have time to just sit around waiting for AMC to go, oh, we're going to film this. So there's a lot. It's just not as simple as that. And that's why a lot of actors talk about, being a series regular and having that, consistency be important, So I was mixed on Last of Us season 2, but I hated the cliffhanger at the end. It reminded me of the cheap cliffhanger at the end of season 6 of The Walking Dead. Yeah, I hear that. Oh, I did read that. I was wondering. I was like, why does that sound so familiar? AMC would need to make a new deal with Kirkman to make Telltale live action. Yeah. Man, it was shit episode. The way these walkers avoided the group, I laughed. Yeah, what is that? I haven't watched it yet. Don't even bother. Last of Us series needs to be canceled. Yeah, I'd be fine with that if they got rid of it. Fuck it. It'd be funny. Season 3 and they just like wrap it up quick. Jack Bates, exactly, bro. Like, what the fuck? Disrespectful as fuck to the fans. The Rat King brought to life is going to be a real treat. I hope they at least do that right or good. The fuck could a bear end up in New York anyways? The zoo, I'm guessing. I don't know. But is it the only way I could understand? I think the worst thing for The Walking Dead is all the games have been trash. I don't know why they can't get a quality game made. Too easy to pull off. Well, it's funny too, because you think, or at least I used to think, the better the game, the more they make. But that's not how it works with licensing. And it's amazing how stupid this is, because for the sake of the brand, why wouldn't you push for the best quality? But that's not, there's more to it. But in one simple way, how licensing works is a company pays AMC for the license to make a Walking Dead game. AMC's getting paid whether the game is made or not. AMC is getting paid whether the game is good or bad. AMC is getting paid for the license regardless. So, in a way, I'm like, it benefits them to, get that money, sure, but make sure for the brand, the quality of the brand, that it is a great game. And I think that's why all through the 90s and from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, 90% of video games that were made from movies were total trash, because they just paid for the title, they paid for that branding name, and that's it. They just slapped together whatever they could. And some of those people, sure, maybe they could afford the brand, but they weren't any good at coming up with a game to run with it. But I just think that's terrible. I think AMC should find somebody who wants to make the game, and they need to get behind their own investment and make sure it's damn good, and they partner with someone and come out with something. All AMC has to do is look at Days Gone or look at The Last of Us for an easy example, and build a team from the industry that can make that quality. Determine, do you want open world or do you want linear storytelling, like chapters and stuff like Last of Us? Build the team, find the team, put them together, make this. It would be one of the simplest, I don't want to say cash grabs, but it will probably be the easiest money they ever made as far as AMC. However, it is tough work coming up with a good story, especially if you're not a fan of the material and you don't have that passion. It's tough work coming up with the story, and it's tough work actually making the game, and it's time consuming. I mean, there's a lot of things involved that's going to be stressful. However, they're even with The Last of Us and Days Gone and Dead, City, whatever, not Dead City, Dead Dying Light and what was that fucking Dead Island. Even with those games being out, there's such a void for a zombie video game in the world of the Walking Dead that fans would go nuts as long as the quality was there. Daryl Dixon season 3 comes out this fall. ProMax said season 4 is already in production. They seem to be at least pretty quick with Daryl Dixon stuff. I haven't paid attention to it. Left 4 Dead games were fun. Those should come back and be remastered. Yeah, I liked the original Left 4 Dead on. I think we played it on 360. Split screen. We had a lot of fun, but it's just not the same anymore. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to return most likely next Sunday for episode 6. I don't know how much more of this shit I can take. I forgot to check out the trailer. Was there a trailer? Let's see. Dead City trailer. Oh, that's... today. No. What's that game? Nakwan, 14 hours ago. Lost Paradise. What is that? That looks fucking awesome. Don't tell me that's a co-op gameplay, though. Bro, what is this? That looks fucking sick. Nakwan, Lost Paradise. Yo, what is that? That looks sick as fuck. But if it's... if it is co-op, it's going to be trash. For me, I'm not into that. Nakwan. How do you say that? It's this right here. Oh. Can you guys see that? I can move it out a bit. So these games, I just want more of these games, and I would love to have a 5 or 6 that I can switch between. Like The Last of Us Part 1 remake. Okay, it's been remade, but it's old. It's fucking 15 years old, whatever. Even if it's remade, I mean, we played the game 1,000 hours already. Days Gone, Last of Us Part 2, gameplay only, story sucks. Like a Dead Space, but it doesn't have that same feel. Next. This kind of has like a feel, the movement of an older game, but I'll take it if the gameplay is fun. And check that out. That shit looks cool. And watch how they stab. Now, here's the thing. Watch how he stabs this enemy. Part of it is cool. Part of it looks bad. Like they do this like edit where, and then that edit I think looks bad because they do this smooth moment. And I don't know if that's the game or the edit making it look shitty. It looked like the gameplay was not smooth, so they came up with that editing to fix it, and it looks janky. But if they can smooth that out, that type of vicious beatdown, oh man, that I'm down for it. And this right here, like this type of environment, bro, oh man, The Walking Dead could be doing, AMC could be doing this and printing money, making some shit like this, but good quality, single player. Don't do no fucking co-op. Don't do MMO. I mean, you could, but it won't be as successful. I'm being selfish. I just don't like those games. I don't want to play with other people. I don't want to wait until other people are around. I don't want to, you know, I want to jump in and play for hours and just play the game. They got a map system in it, which leads me to believe it might be like MMO. But that looks cool, though. You hide in a little box. Look at that little guy. Yeah, that looks cool. He's in, like, what was that? Metal Gear Solid. Hiding in the box. That's a great little Easter egg idea, though. And there's other people. I think this is an MMO, man, or some sort of co-op. I have a feeling. Oh, and that's another thing in games I dislike as well. Like, I'm already starting to lose interest in this now that I see some of the telltale signs. Some of the shittier games where they'll just loot something is they'll just go up to like boxes, red box, blue box, brown box, like here's a chest, a trunk, and they'll just like hold the wheel and you just get what's in it. Like me, I don't dig that. Days Gone, Last of Us, where, you know, they pull out drawers, they grab the items, they open the box, they grab the item, a item, two items, whatever. But so there's a difference between this style. I loathe this style where they just do that spinning wheel and you suddenly have like these items in your thing. Some of this looks cool, but oh, she's a hottie. Yeah, they start to lose me with this type of loadout as well. I can already start seeing like what they're going for, and these 9 times out of 10, it's a company that's promising a lot and gives you very little. Guns. It's just beating yeah, I don't see any guns at all. Never mind. I should have just looked that up off stream. I just talked myself out of it. Yeah, some of the action in the end there is getting real janky. There's no guns. I thought they were working their way up to something. Some of the looting and the other movements of the melee and how they work together, I'm gonna call it. It's gonna be mediocre. I'm hoping it's a banger. I hope all of them are great. But anyway, so what was I looking at? Dead City trailer episode 6. Episode 6, right? Preview right here.
Dom's dead. What happened?
Oh, she did burn up. Remember someone said, oh, she's going to make it out of there? Yo, what fell on her? Clothing? A clothing rack? Is that really what fell on her? She got burned
Dom's
up.
dead. What happens next?
What if they're prisoners again? That's getting really fucking old. Because, you know, Maggie would just leave now, right? She's free. Her enemy has been defeated. So it makes sense. So this isn't good writing. This is, well, we need Maggie to be a prisoner. If she defeats her enemy now, she'll just go home. Oh, this other group shows up and brings them along. Yeah, they look like they're in like a prisoner waiting room here.
What if I could give you the methane?
Frugal can't be trusted. If he is
I can't just play it outright because AMC will take the stream down. That's why I keep stopping it. So
willing to double cross the Croat, why not you?
yeah, Maggie, get the fuck out of there, bro.
He's offering me a chance to finish it. Tell me another way.
And this guy's a fucking idiot, bro. He's like the person there to keep the story going in a shitty direction, clunkily. Like, oh, we need these characters to be stupid. Well, let's have the bounty hunter make the worst decisions ever, always and forever, you know? And then they make him as if he's like on Maggie's side. Bro, with friends like you, we don't need enemies. You know what I'm saying? Because you are one shitty, dumbass ally friend. And they keep doing this face-to-face with Maggie and Negan. Like, what the fuck is this shit? This whole like, oh, Maggie, oh, Negan, you know? Like, come on. Just get over it already. You know, listen, we have history. I got shit I'm doing. You got shit you're doing. It's crossing over. You know, let's not let our dicks touch. We'll be all right. You know, Maggie, put your dick away, bitch.
What is that?
And we got a bear. It's probably not even a infected bear either. It's probably just a regular ass bear.
Oh.
That's all they show us too. Just that little. It's all they had money for. That's terrible. It looked like they did a PNG composite over it. You know what I'm saying? Like the door's already bent in. All they did is they just composited like an image of a not bent door. And then when the bear hits it, they just erase the not bent door. And then boom, the bent door PNG or vice versa. That's what it looked like, but it's just a trailer. Anyhow. Where's that bear at? Is it really right here? It's hard to see here. However,
What is that?
That's probably just a regular bear.
Oh.
The beefy looking bear, though. Yeah, right here, watch. Oh, yeah, that looks like shit. It was just the edit, but still looks like shit. I don't know if it's the quality of the compression of the video, but it just looks, there's something like, I don't know, there's something like glossy about poor CGI. Poorly done CGI. It's almost like they forget to edit in, you know, texture of the door, paint, scratches, chip, you know what I'm saying? Like all those things that give it more definition. It's almost like it's missing that, and it has like a sleek look to it. Anyway, all right, yeah, we're gonna check out. Nothing looks interesting there. I don't know how episode 7, 6, whatever is gonna be any good. It looks gimmicky, boring. But I'm gonna roll out. We'll meet up next Sunday to watch episode 6 of Dead City. If you guys got any thoughts, opinions, suggestions, give me a holler. We do have a Discord. I should probably put a Discord link. Maybe I'll put it in the whatchamacallit if anyone wants to pop by. We'll probably build it up some, maybe not too crazy, but what is that? Black Phone 2 trailer? Oh, that probably looks good too. I think I want to come up with a more consistent invite as well. Hold up, chat. Hold up. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat and then I'll pop it in. I'm going to edit the video description and I'll pop it in there and leave it open for a little bit. If you want to come by, hang out. We'll shoot the shit a bit. Keep in mind though, like I work all week, others work all week. I do see it a lot where weekdays during the day, you see a lot of like hit or miss when it comes to interactions. People are at work chilling, and then afterwards you see it tends to pick up at certain times. So if it's a little slow, just chill out. Someone will respond to you eventually, because sometimes we get people that join that are like, where everyone at? It's like a Monday morning, fucking 10:30 a.m. We're all at work, bro. What the fuck do you mean, where are we at? I can't answer right now. I'll at you later. So I put it in the Discord in the video description as well. All right, I don't know how popular Discord will be, but at least it's somewhere we can share links and trailers and other ideas and content. It would be nice for anyone interested. Maybe if you guys could let me know if there's something that would be Discord, Twitter. I mean, something, anything that like we can kind of just put our heads together on different things now that content is going to be more regular on the channel. Because it's this channel and it's the other one with Flaw vs. All review. So I plan on streaming. It won't be big streams, but while I'm working on the Flaw vs. All review, I might run a couple streams where we're just chilling. It's just a really chill. So it'd be nice to interact on Discord before we do some of that. But anyhow, links are there. You guys be safe. Have a good night, and I'll see you next Sunday. Enjoy your week. Goodbye.